Hello, Brigadiers and Brigadettes and hockey fans alike. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to my channel. Now let's jump into some hockey content. Hello everybody, we're going to be talking about Kevin Lankinen and whether or not he could be the solution in it for the Chicago Blackhawks. So before I start, I just want to say yes. For those of you that are observant, I did get a haircut. Thank you for noticing. And a little sad they got rid of my bendies and my cool little side things, but that's alright. And then the second thing I wanted to say is if you have a birthday and you want me to say happy birthday, I will say it on here. Just, leave me your name or your username, whatever. Just message me through YouTube, whatever. And just say, hey, my birthday's coming up. And the video that'll be before it, the closest video before your birthday, I will do that. Just so you can have that on there and say, hey, Blue Jackets Brigade said happy birthday. And I'll do that for anybody. So, hey, if you want to do that, we will do that. Anyway, let's start off, or get to it with the video. Kevin Lankinen, who's been really just impressing me lately. He has started 5 games for Chicago, and while the sample size may be too small, it's been promising. Through 5 games, his career stats are 2-1-2 record, a 2.16 goals against average, which is really low compared to the average for NHL goalies. A .930 save percentage, and 0 shutouts, but again, it's only been 5 games. When Lankinen doesn't play, the team gives up, and this math could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right, 4.5 goals per game. So when he doesn't play, they give up 4.5 goals per game. When he does play, they give up 2.4 goals per game. So you can see there is a big difference when he does play compared to when he doesn't. I'm not sure yet what will happen and if it'll hold up. While I do think he's playing well, we have to look at what the teams he's played against. We do have to point that out. The 4 teams that he's played against have been Columbus, Detroit, Florida, and Nashville. While it's early, Columbus, Detroit, and Nashville really aren't high-scoring teams, and they probably won't be by the end of the year. Columbus, I believe, is 25th, Detroit is 30th, and then I think Nashville is 26th in the league for goals per game. So, that it is a little bit obvious that, these teams haven't been high-scoring teams that he's played against. That's not to say that what Lankinen has accomplished so far isn't great, because I think it is. He's faced 29.2 shots against per game, while also per 60, that would be about middle of the pack, so he's facing an average amount of shots for the league. But he has been insane at 5-on-5 play so far, as he's second for goals saved above average in the entire league, which means that he is, think of it as like WAR or SPAR, that he's been, better than anybody else in the league behind only John Gibson, while also being 4th in the league for high danger save percentage at 5-on-5 play. That is huge, because he is obviously just a monster at 5-on-5 so far. And then he ranks top 10 for high danger saves, I believe, in all situations, and then 15th for high danger save percentages in all scenarios. I do think that his number has dipped just a touch when his team's on the PK, but that's pretty normal, and it's not his fault. The Blackhawks have the 5th worst Corsi, the 9th most shots allowed, also giving up the 13th most high danger chances against on the PK. Their PK is not exactly great. Also, they spend the 9th most time on ice on the per game on the penalty kill at 7 and almost actually about 8 minutes per game, 7 minutes and 54 seconds per game. The thing is, though, the drop isn't steep, like we said, and when you're on the PK, it's one of those things where it will drop a little bit normally. And if you're a Blackhawks fan, you have to love that, because with a team that spends so much time on the penalty kill, a goalie that can provide above average goaltending on the penalty kill is huge. For a team that ranks in the top 10 for most time spent on the penalty kill, that is amazing. I won't comment whether or not I think Kevin will be the next star in net, but as of right now, he looks much, much better than Malcolm Subban and Colin Delia. Delia, I was always hoping would work out for them. My friend that's a Blackhawks fan, a few years back, maybe it was 2 or 3 years back, we were watching a game and he was like, I'm kind of hoping Delia works out. I don't have my hopes up, but that'd be nice to have a franchise goalie for the future. Maybe Lankinen could be that guy. Subban, I just don't think it's going to work out. Wherever he's gone, his numbers haven't been exactly terrific. I don't hate him as a person or anything like that, but I think that obviously these 2 goalies are not going to be, future goalies for this team looking forward if they want to contend. I want to see how he plays against teams that are better offensively, such as Carolina, Florida, Tampa Bay. But if his stats only slightly regress, which usually when you play better teams, your stats will regress in a negative way, but if it's only slightly, then Chicago, I think, may have found their guy. I would wait probably till the end of next year to make that statement if he backs it up with another good year, but this team does seem to have something, possibly, if he continues to play this way going forward, and he could be one of their good things. There's not a lot of things about this team that exactly, get you pumped up and motivated for, but there are some things. Kevin is only 25 years old, so that's obviously good, and he's cheap, so this could be huge for Chicago. The only downside is his contract expires in 2 years, and if he plays well for 2 seasons, he'll likely want, probably at least like $3 or $4 million per year, if not more. So he'll want that fair compensation if he plays well. It could be more than that, depending on how well he goes out there and plays the next years. That'd be insane. That's not a good thing for Chicago because, they're probably going to be over-reliant on Kevin due to the fact that this team is still pretty bad defensively. Think of it almost as a baby Jacob Markstrom version, where Markstrom really put the team on his back the past 2 or 3 years, where he was really, making this team better than what it was when it came to their defensive lapses. Think of it as something potentially like that. Again, it's only 5 games, so I'm not going to commit and say he's going to be, the next Jacob Markstrom. But think of it possibly as a baby version of that, or a watered-down version. We don't know enough yet because it's been, again, 5 games. Either way, I think that this is giving some Chicago fans something to be excited about. And, they really actually have something to look forward to for hockey. The first few games, they were a meme. And actually, I saw on Instagram, I think it was, that they were ranked as the worst professional sports team out of the NHL, MLB, NBA, and the NFL. According to this page, as they were the worst franchise, worst run. I don't know if I'd go exactly that point. I'm sure I could find another team, the Jets, Jaguars, somewhere around there. I'm sure I could find something like that. But this is something that they can hope to hang on to. They can probably, maybe, push for a better season. They could ride Lankinen hard. They could maybe outperform expectations. I wouldn't go as far as to say that they'll make the playoffs because you've got Tampa Bay and Carolina. I look at those as almost a lock. And then you've got Dallas, Columbus, Nashville. I look at those 3 as really contending for those last 2 spots. I'm sure I forgot somebody in the mix there, but I don't think that they could hang out there, but if they could outperform expectations, that'd be nice. I don't know, I know people want the draft pick more than outperforming expectations when it's a bad year, but at the same time with the NHL draft, it's not like you're guaranteed to get like the number 1 pick. So I will say that maybe they could outperform expectations. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but, wouldn't that be the most shocking thing of this NHL season if they made the playoffs? And that would be insane. But anyway, let me know what you think. Can Kevin Lankinen be the goalie of the future for the Chicago Blackhawks? Again, I know it's a small sample size, and by next year we could be saying, oh, remember that guy Kevin Lankinen, he had such a hot start. Or maybe next year it would be cool to say, Kevin Lankinen, he looks like he could be the future for the Chicago Blackhawks and that. I don't know, let me know what you think. Everybody stay safe, have a great day, and stay away from COVID, and also please make sure to subscribe. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes, and hockey fans in general. This is your captain signing off. Have a great week.